Hey y'all, it is September 24th, so late September. It is still hot here. It's been in the 90s this week. I think we're gonna get down into the 80s next week. We are in Dothan, Alabama, gardening zone 9. And so what I wanna do is show y'all a little bit of the yard today, see how everything is coming along. We've gotten a lot more mature over here off of the driveway. So here we go. Hope y'all are doing well. We staggered some recurves, which are these big shrubs. We put in a little bit of abelia, some Larapi super bluegrass, which is all along the edge here at 45-degree angles. And then we put in a very large river birch, which it wasn't as large when we put it in about 1.5 or 2 years ago as it is now, but it has put on some major size, which is what we wanted because we took out some trees between our house and my mom and dad's house, and we didn't really just want to keep it totally open. So the river birch has gotten really large. And I really do like it. I love a river birch. Some people say they're messy, which they are. Their bark peels and drops, but to me, I just think it's a beautiful tree. And then we put in also some shishi, which are dwarf camellias. These are pink. They have a nice glossy leaf and they bloom in the fall/winter. So that gives you a lot of winter interest when most everything else is going dormant. You can see all the little buds on this one. They have a nice glossy leaf, so they're a really, really good plant. Some more abelia. Y'all remember the big boxwoods we took out from on either side of our parking pad? That's one of them. And then over here is the other, right there. Now let me show y'all my Francis Mason abelia that I brought from our other house. It's a bunch of creeping Jenny right there that I gotta get. So some Carissa holly, we kind of filled it in right there. Some cinnamon girl distilium, or either blue cascade, but I think they're cinnamon girl. And then here are the Francis Mason. Let me get y'all another angle here. So you see all the way from the corner of our driveway back, we have a huge space between our house and my parents' house. So we basically just did some drifts of the Larapi, the Carissa holly, some distilium, a big river birch. The pointed plants over here are steed hollies. There's 3 of them, cone shape. And then we put in a forest pansy redbud. But these Francis Mason are just, I guess, in the perfect spot because they've stayed happy since we moved. So now I guess they're probably about 6 feet, maybe more. But you see these pretty blooms? Pollinators love these. And now let me walk y'all right over here. So over here in this little space, we stopped our recurves. That is our last recurve, and now you see we switched over to some really large viburnum suspensum. There, and then 2 more. We staggered those as well, just to sort of change it up a little. And then we have some Blue Cascade Distilleum. Blue Cascade Distilleum has a bluish tint on the leaf, and I believe it gets about 3 to 4 feet tall and probably about 4 to 5 or 6 feet wide. These haven't been trimmed on in quite a long time, so I could come in and I could trim off these long arms and give it a more tidy shape, or you could really just leave these alone and let them do whatever they want to do, and they're pretty that way too. But Distilleum is a really great little evergreen plant that we carry at the nursery. Now, if you turn, you've got the golf course over here in the back. So we've got a large natural area that we have put in. This is a dogwood tree. Dogwoods here in our part of the country, in the very far southeast corner of Alabama, they need afternoon shade for sure. Dappled sun conditions. Look at all these limbs that fall from these pine trees, y'all. Really need to get out here and clean it up a little bit, but I have some azaleas. These are red and pink ruffle staggered, some oak leaf hydrangeas, and a very nice orange flame Japanese maple, which turns a really, really bright orange red in the fall and winter, and then it'll lose its leaves. And then we have a little mass of encore azalea, autumn twist, autumn carnation. There's some white over here behind the Japanese maple. I believe that's autumn moonlight. And then more oak leaves. And then these are some regular rhododendrons that I went up to Scottsdale Farms right outside of Atlanta, and I purchased 2 of these regular rhododendrons. Can't see if I left the tag. I can't remember exactly what these are, but look at how long and beautiful these leaves are. Really, really pretty. Okay, got a native azalea right there, and then some Reeve spirea right behind it. So let's just see what all I can get into today. Got some projects on my mind. Number 1 being these Eagleston Hollies over here. Hey y'all, it's me. As you can tell, I'm wearing a different outfit, and that is because yesterday I was off work and I was super motivated to get all this done in the yard, and I was gonna trim up my Eagleston Hollies and all this. Well, when I went into the garage to get my electric trimmer, the battery was missing. So I hit a roadblock in my plan. So I ended up yesterday just weeding and doing a bunch of watering and some stuff like that. I planted a bougainvillea, and excuse me, I'm having a Diet Coke right now. I just got home from work. But anyways, so I wanted to show y'all the Eagleston Hollies because I got my yard guys to just go ahead and do them today while they were here cutting the grass. So here they are. Have 1 on the corner of the porch, 2 on either side of the walk up, and then another one over there to the right off to the side of the sunroom. Had these Eaglestons in for probably 3 years, maybe more, and they are finally getting to where we can shape them into the cone shape that I have wanted to do for so long. Just want to show y'all real quick this side bed over here with this variegated loropetalum, the Jazz Hands variegated. Show y'all what it's doing. We've got the weeping cherry tree. It's lost some leaves, probably due to the heat, but still seems to be doing fine. And we've got the touch of gold hollies on this outer edge. So this is the coolest loropetalum. It's called Jazz Hands variegated, and the new growth on it comes out with all this different color: creamy, white, pink, purple. So I feel like this is making a really nice statement over here off of the back of the house. And then we have some Jukebox by Proven Winners. That's the small green shrub. They've really taken off and they're looking so good, y'all. They've grown a good bit since we planted them. Just a really nice little evergreen that gets 1 to 2 feet tall and wide. Perfect for like an outer border. And that is where I planted our bougainvillea yesterday, because it's been in a little pot over on the other side of the yard for months now. So this is our south facing bed here, where we have some limelights over there in the corner and some orange glow knockouts. And I'm sorry if it's loud, y'all. We have somebody doing some yard work across the street. But we've got some orange glow knockout roses over here on this south side. I believe those must be little limes, and then these are gonna be the regular limelights. And then as you turn the corner, you are onto the west facing side of the house, which is the back of the house. We're gonna have a podocarpus hedge, just trimming them from time to time, waiting on them to thicken up so that they can be actually hedged. Right now they look a little bit leggy, but they're coming along. But we will fill, all of that podocarpus will fill in, and we will top it and give it a nice hedge shape. Okay, y'all, I just wanted to give y'all a little walkabout. So let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what zone you're in and if you're looking forward to some fall planting and what you're going to plant. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.